Next, reports of 20 dead today, 50 killed yesterday at a crackdown by the military junta in Myanmar. The victims are protesters who have been demonstrating against the coup d'etat of February the 1st. Aung San Suu Kyi, the civilian leader, and other politicians are still detained. 2 have died in custody. Well, for more on the situation, we're joined from the Burma Human Rights Network. Kyaw Win, thank you for joining us, sir. Just pointing out to people, of course, the junta call it Myanmar, you still call it Burma, the old name of the country. And thank you, sir, for joining us. I understand there are now activists and democracy campaigners who are fleeing the country, scared for their lives. What's the latest you have from there?
Hi, Mark. Thank you for having me today. So far, we have verified there are 174, nearly 174 people dead so far. Yesterday was one of the deadliest days since the uprising was started. And we have also get the report that some activists already fled Burma through the border, and some of them sheltering at the ethnic arms group control area. So in capital city like Rangoon and Mandalay, there are many people who has sacrificed their lives to stand up against the coup and that fascist military. And as you see, always China is still supporting that military. And yesterday there were couple of China-funded factories has been burned down. So there has been a lot of accusations going on, but actually still we are not sure who is responsible for, because there are a couple of theories are coming up, so we still need to verify this.
In terms of the deaths, Kyaw Win, just to sort of reconfirm what you said, 174 people is what you're saying. We're seeing reports of 20 today, 50 yesterday, but you're saying the death toll is far higher. And it's a situation where soldiers are firing on defenseless people. You must be asking yourself, how on earth has this situation come about?
At some point, I am also a little bit surprised with my own people, because you see, we were a little bit worried that when they've been shooting at the crowd, peaceful protesters without arms, they are peaceful protesters, the civilians, and they deployed snipers against them. But yet you see the people are very resilient and very brave. Yet they know that they might not come back home alive, but they are still coming out to the street, and they are still defying that ruthless military regime, the fascist regime. So we are asking the international community, there is an international norms and system to protect civilian against the arms group like that what happened in Burma. So where we are in, it seems that UN is failing again its duty to protect the people.
The Army Chief, Min Aung Hlaing, do you think that he could face charges of human rights abuses in an international court at some stage?
He is a genocider. He committed genocide against the Rohingya people already in 2017. That's very clear, and UN fact-finding mission has already established that he committed genocide, and that Burma military has committed genocide with several generals. And this is 100%, he is also committing several international crimes, like crime against humanity. And this is clearly today we are seeing now, he is the one who gave order. And sadly, we saw in the media that China is asking the military to punish the perpetrators, those who burned down that factories. That means China is recognizing the authority of that illegitimate military who overthrow a democratically elected government. And secondly, they are encouraging them to commit genocide and crime against humanity. This is really appalling from China.
Indeed. And one wonders about the fate of Aung San Suu Kyi. I mean, clearly her international stock fell with her lack of action over the persecution and as the UN called it, genocide against the Rohingya Muslims in Rakhine State, which you've just spoken about. What about her fate, do you think? She's still being held?
I mean, she has, in our understanding, she has a complicit from her view, from her side, and her strategy was to try to convince the military to take part in the democratic reform, which clearly she has failed. She's not only failed, she's now betrayed, and she's been now put to square one, and she's now back to the jail, now back to the prison now. So I mean, and house arrest. So that means all her efforts during these 10 years is failed. So now we are thinking beyond her party, the future of the country, that we are asking ourselves, are we ready to sacrifice our destiny and our future to this military regime, which is, no, we are not agree with this. So we are risking our life in Burma, especially young people, every day, like medical students, engineer students, they are kill on the street like like a chicken, like a bird, by this ruthless fascist military. But international community, this is very important, that to do something, not just wait and to mounting dead bodies in across Burma. Like we have failed 2017 genocide to fail to protect the Rohingya people. That's what happening again. Again and again and again, which is we call never again. I think this is really sad to see that always again and again we are seeing.
Kyaw Win of the Burma Human Rights Network, thank you, sir, for joining us and giving us your assessment and, of course, the latest on what's happening in your country. The latest figures coming from the Burma Human Rights Network, 174 people killed. Kyaw Win, thank you very much indeed. We're watching for all developments on that story.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.